There are countless mysteries in the world of Red Dead Redemption 2, but probably none more mysterious than the apparent vampire of Saint Denis. In today's video, we'll be looking into the legends of this, the history behind it, and the real-world inspirations. Welcome to the video. You're listening to Phil of Philby Gaming. If you enjoy the following, you all know what to do, and if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed already, after watching, please consider doing so. With that being said, let's get into what we came here to see. The true identity of the Saint Denis vampire. The first we learn of the suspected vampiric activity is through a conversation between Van der Lin's gang members Karen Jones and Mary Beth Gaskill. Unfortunately, I personally struggled to obtain the particular footage, so shout out to Red's Dead Baby for this clip, a channel I've linked below you should absolutely check out for all your Red Dead Redemption 2 content if you haven't already.
I tell you what, Little Miss Romance, I was right.
About what?
Saint Denis.
How so?
It ain't romantic, it's evil.
Evil can be very romantic.
Shut up. I talked to this couple in town. They told me there's this old rumor about people drinking blood. Human blood. In town.
That's just a silly old wives' tale.
What? Blood drinking ain't romantic enough for you?
Depends on whose blood.
Very funny.
So are the citizens of Saint Denis simply whispering old wives' tales as Mary Beth believes, or is there a hint of truth to these stories? The wives' tale itself derives from a newspaper article, which the player will find in either the Blackwater Ledger issue 65, the New Hanover Gazette issue 30, or the Saint Denis Times issue 46. It reads as follows. Pattern identified, message scrawled in blood, worries intensify of plague, similar to deaths years ago. Residents of Saint Denis are living in fear as the ritualistic deaths from years ago have returned. The pattern is the same. Teeth marks like those of a hyena or dog on the body are noticeable. There are messages scrawled next to the body in blood. Some have attributed the deaths to yellow fever, but others cite vampires to cause. Saint Denis lawmen announced years ago that they had caught the culprit and indeed did hang Bosco Lopez, who spent many years living in Argentina before arriving in Saint Denis by frigate. Now that the fifth victim has been found, lawmen are expressing caution, indicating that all residents should avoid travelling alone in the evening wherever possible, and keep all residents without locks barricaded overnight. Women are especially advised to show caution, as they are more often than not the victims of attacks. So we learn of a total of 5 recent deaths in the city of Saint Denis, very similar to those caused by one Bosco Lopez some years prior to this, although the specific year is not specified. No doubt the law have removed the remains of the victims, but would there be any evidence we could discover to aid in our investigation? Well, in order to continue our search for the truth behind the rumours, we must travel to the city of Saint Denis itself. At the locations I'll be marking, you'll find a series of 5 scribblings, such as this first one reading, 5 bodies under the perfect star. Nosferatu and Dominica will be mortal again. The second one, O sweetest of napes, may your blood remain forever on my lips. 6 there will be before the lust is sated. The third stating, with one long kiss I draw the life from her and await the outpost of advancing day. The fourth, I feed again the blood of life, the circle has begun. And lastly, I drink from the maiden and I live again in the dead heart of the ring of blood. Following all 5 scribblings being located, Arthur will connect the points of each location, forming a pentagram. In doing so, this will trigger an easily missable interaction where we meet the culprits of these heinous crimes for ourselves, only possible between the hours of midnight and 1 AM at this location, where a marking will indicate there's a corpse.
So, you found me.
Hey, what are you doing?
Stay back for your own sake. I walk with the undead.
What, you're a vampire?
I have been called many names over the centuries. Now go, or I'll feed on you too.
You're a goddamn idiot.
I'll suck you dry.
If you're not quick enough, the vampiric figure will kill you in one hit, so you have to act pretty fast. In doing so, giving you the ability to search his person, you'll find some stringy meat alongside a pair of bat wings, but more importantly, his unique ornate dagger only available during this side quest. So who was this poor fellow whom was feasted upon? Why did the culprit switch from female victims to male? And most importantly, who is this person claiming to be a vampire? To seek answers, we can refer back to the newspaper article and one Bosco Lopez. Is this creature of the night Bosco Lopez reincarnated, or is it simply a copycat fascinated by his works? For his crimes, Lopez was hanged until dead, albeit as mentioned earlier, we don't have a specific time for this, but exactly where was the corpse if buried at all? The answer to this may lay much further south in the regions of New Austin, more specifically Henniganstead. It's at this location I've marked the player will uncover 8 broken down hairs. The remains of a man lay hung, the horses have been torn apart, seemingly by something of an animalistic nature, but most importantly, a coffin lay cracked open with the corpse missing. Was this scene the remains of Lopez being transported back to Argentina? You see, Bosco was hung for his crimes, so it's plausible to think that upon emerging from the coffin, he fated the driver the same as an act of revenge. He may have killed the horses in such a vicious manner to avoid them fleeing. He wanted the world to see his works. We see this ego, if you will, upon meeting him, where he seems almost happy that you've discovered him. He doesn't immediately become hostile towards Arthur, he simply waves him away. Is he wanting Arthur to tell the world who's responsible for the killings? Seemingly so. But why switch from female victims to male? Possibly he was becoming so desperate for exposure that he didn't care whom he feasted upon next, as long as the terrified citizens of Saint Denis were aware of the killing. Only the imposter or Bosco Lopez may truly know. All in all, the vampire appearing in Red Dead Redemption 2 could simply be an Easter egg with no hidden meaning behind it. If we look back at the scribblings made at the killing sites, there are references. For example, 5 bodies to the perfect star, clearly referencing the pentagram. Nosferatu, a clear nod to the 1922 German horror movie of the same name, which tells the story of a vampire, Graf Orlok, who bought a vessel from Transylvania to foreign lands, committing these similar acts. Not to mention his appearance is also a direct reference to. And Dominica, translating from the language of Romania to either Sunday or the first day, possibly referencing the beginning of these killings. On top of this, the newspaper article mentioned that some believe the corpses may have fell victim to a plague of some sort, a very similar plotline to the movie. So whatever the meaning was behind Rockstar Games implementing a vampiric figure into the world of Red Dead Redemption 2, it certainly gave us food for thought. If you enjoyed what you saw today, you all know what to do, and if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Apologies if you feel that this video wasn't as lengthy as some of my others, as it's simply a little something for you guys as I work on a much larger video, which is taking a lot longer than I expected. Regardless, thank you all for watching, don't forget to check out Red's Dead Baby, whose channel is linked below, and I'll see you all in the next video.